This is the story of 4 strangers who would somehow come to help a young German soldier find his love. But only if these 5 characters survive the horror of the trenches and follow their faithful canine companion.
Valiant Hearts is a different kind of war game. The aim here isn't to let players kill as many enemy soldiers as possible, rather it's to show some of the human stories behind the conflict through an adventure puzzle game that follows 4 characters through the events of the First World War. At various points in the story, you'll be controlling each of the different characters, each of whom has their own special abilities and whose stories are intertwined throughout the 4 years of the conflict. Like the recent Child of Light, Valiant Hearts uses the Ubisoft framework engine, the graphics engine behind platformers Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends, which is why it looks gorgeous, like a graphic novel come to life. The big challenge, though, in making a First World War game is how to go about balancing an appropriate amount of respect and reverence for the subject matter with an actually fun and enjoyable game, and from what I've seen so far, Valiant Hearts manages this admirably. The story deals with the Great War on a much smaller scale, showing you its impact on a handful of people and their families, rather than trying to tackle anything larger scale, and avoids casting anyone as a good guy or bad guy. Most of the people we see are just soldiers pressed into service for their country with no more understanding or control over what is happening than anyone else.
One day, a farmer. The next, a soldier.
That said, the game also knows when to keep it light, throwing in jokes and comedy situations just when it seems like things might be getting too grim. Plus, you get an adorable dog, which better not die. You hear me, Ubisoft? In terms of how it actually plays, the closest comparison I can draw is to Double Fine's The Cave. Like The Cave, you can carry one object at a time, and you can use those objects with things in the environment to solve puzzles. Here, we need to get past this guard, so being French, we offer him some wine. He's not into red wine though, obviously. It's too early in the day for that, you Philistine, so we find him some white wine instead, and we're past. Good stuff. Unlike The Cave, however, there's very little fiddly platforming to contend with, and the action is spiced up with the addition of mini-games, like a rhythm action game when Anna is healing her patients, or a sublimely silly and fun sequence involving cars and the Can-Can as she commandeers a taxi to ferry reserve infantry to the Battle of the Marne. There's also the chance you might actually learn something as you play. The levels are full of artifacts to pick up, and a press of a button will reveal more about the actual historical use of similar items. Each area of the game also comes with its own set of historical facts and stories in association with French First World War commemorative body Mission Saint-Tonnerre and Apocalypse World War I, the Great War installment of the blockbuster documentary series. So that's a look at Valiant Hearts, The Great War, due out on Xbox 360 and Xbox One on the 25th of June. Be sure to hit like if you like this video, subscribe to Outside Xbox for more on the game when we get it, and I'm completely serious about the dog, Ubisoft, don't make me come over there.